All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Co-Parenting Unlocked with one of the loves of my life. And I know my children's love of their life, their mother, Stephanie Brooks. What's up?
Hi.
Well, listen, everyone, this week we're talking about DNA drama and a lot of those stories that come on my show about solving the DNA truth and helping my guests feel whole again. Listen, these stories always get me. So one of the things people don't know is that I don't ever know what the answer is going to be.
Ron, for real?
I don't want to know.
You be just as surprised as we are?
Because this is my thing. This is not my truth to open. In this envelope is the DNA truth you waited 33 years for. This is not my truth to open. This is yours. So here you go. That's what I say every one. This is not my truth to open. This is your truth to open. So I don't want to know what's on there. And I like to be gagged with everybody else.
Yes.
Like I want a little gag and a surprise. Okay?
For real, like, woo.
Yeah,
yes.
if I already know it, my face gonna read it. All right, look at this hilarious clip, y'all. This mother and this potential father, and the baby is giving a stank eye.
So what happened when you saw your baby in the hospital?
He looked nothing like Charlie. I was just shocked. I was kind of stuck laying there on the little thing where they cut me open. I had a C-section. And that's how he looked at Charlie.
He looking at me like,
That's how he looked at you?
yeah, he looking at me like, you ain't my daddy.
So, yeah.
He looking at me like, bro, you ain't my
Right,
daddy.
you're not. And he gave me the side eye because, like, what?
He like, oh, hell, you put me down. You ain't my daddy.
So when I saw him, I was just stuck, like.
I mean, and I seen
Hold
in the
on,
hospital.
he might not have been giving you the side eye. He could have been giving his mama the
was
side
holding
eye for that
him.
time.
Oh, no, that was Charlie holding him.
He could have been giving his mama the side eye.
Charlie was holding him.
But I was holding him at the time.
So, yeah, so then immediately when they were rolling me out after they, stapled me or whatever from my C-section, I'm texting my mom. I'm like, he's really little. He does not look like Charlie. He looks more like boys.
But she
So
texted
I'm
your mama.
sending
She ain't telling
pictures,
me
and
that.
I'm like, he looks
she
like
sending
him.
pictures and everything to everybody, but she ain't tell me
I
nothing.
told you the first chance I got
Bro,
in the room.
You didn't tell me until about an hour later, like,
I gotta wait till I go through
But
recovery.
you told your
I
mama
couldn't
soon as you got out the hospital.
Because
you got
I had
sold up.
my-
You ain't the medicine ain't even kicked off yet. You telling your mama.
It doesn't
You
matter.
still ain't. You told.
But
I seen you sending pictures while you was in the bed to everybody.
I just wanted to get their input on how they felt.
Why you didn't
who
get
they felt
my
the baby.
input? My input.
She was nervous.
That baby get that stank eye.
I mean,
So hold on, girl. Who my daddy is? Hold on.
He was
Hold
looking
on,
like
girl.
he
Who
got-
my daddy is? I don't know
I
what this
need
is.
answers.
I need answers right now.
yeah.
That's where sometimes these babies come out and they look like they've been here before,
I
right?
promise. That
Seriously.
baby looks like a grown-up with
Grown
some,
up that
with
came
some
back
wisdom.
and said, I'm back.
Yeah,
Damn.
with some wisdom.
I'm back and with this
again.
stupid stuff. And we on national TV. I just got here again,
Who
okay?
we got?
Who we got? Who we got?
Okay. So people get on my nerves when the baby is born and they're like, he don't look like you. This baby was just
Born, it
balled up
doesn't have, yeah.
in this small space for 9. We don't know who he looks like. Stop it with
Yeah,
the who
with
looks
the
like.
thing right out the bat.
That's annoying.
I mean, you have sometimes when the baby come out and they have specific features,
Yes.
but that's very, very rare.
Rare,
It takes them a couple of days, some weeks, sometimes months for the baby's features to develop, and people forget that.
They were jumping the gun, and I think if you are not sure, you definitely gave yourself away.
Exactly. If you're not
You gave it
sure,
away, like,
gave it away. Like, I'm not sure.
And then get to calling everybody. He don't look like him. Stop it.
I
Like,
can't remember. I
stop.
think that was his child. I think
It
that was his
was?
child.
It
It was his
was?
child.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I believe it
And
was
look
his
at this little
child.
yips.
I mean, we can say nothing about our child because our child looks like a
He
split
does.
image of the
He
both of us.
does. But you remember when Jason was born? Now here go a funny story. I just said, don't be judging how he look and all that. It was Karamo's fingers and his toes. I know that sounds so crazy. I was like, And then that baby was so hairy.
Oh,
that
yeah,
baby was
I'm
hairy. Yes.
I'm hairy.
That baby,
We
yeah.
all have very distinctive hands and toes in my
Yeah.
family. There's
Yeah.
one toe that is longer than all the rest of them.
Yeah.
So it's very clear if a child's mind and they got that toe.
He got them toes.
The
He got them
toe,
hands. That same toe. Take the shoes off.
Nuh-uh,
same
bro,
toe.
we're not
same
about to
toe.
do that, okay? So one of the things that people always say in the comments is they think that DNA test should be mandatory when a child is born. And I have very strong feelings on that.
You do?
What do you feel?
I have very strong feelings as well.
I think they should be.
Me too. That is how I exactly
100%.
feel. Like, what? That would alleviate so much.
I also think that the same way you need a driver's license to drive, I think you need a license to
To
have a
have
baby.
kids? Yes. is.
But hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
This is just me.
Hearing it.
If you're having classes that children start taking about understanding their emotional, mental, and physical health throughout school, so that by the time they get into school, they have these classes, it will give them the license to then decide if they want to have children.
Wow.
Same way you would not put a 15-year-old in a car, same way I think that you should prep them just for the rest of their lives.
I didn't think about that.
We think that just because anyone can do it, that like anyone, I mean, because what we see, clearly I have a show because most people don't know how to
Hello,
parent.
right. Just because you can don't mean you should.
We see how many people have train wreck, car wrecks of relationships with their parents.
Right.
It is bad. They end up hurt, in pain, suffering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Going through
The same
it.
thing happened with car accidents.
Oh.
And
this
they
is
put
good.
all of these things, all of
Oh.
these measures.
Oh.
So it's so funny that in this
love
car,
it.
we've decided that we want to protect people. And this also, just think about kids.
Wow.
In a car, we decided that, you know what, a child can't sit a certain way. They have to be in a certain car seat. They have to do all these
Right.
things. But with children, we're just like, oh, let
Go
it be.
figure it out.
Go figure it out.
Wow.
I just think we should put the same rules.
I like this.
We're not saying that you can. We're going to tell you how many to have. You have as many as you want.
Right.
But just know that you need a license.
Yeah.
And also, just
Right.
like every couple of years, you got to go
Gotta
in
be-
there.
Yes, it's gotta be. Ooh, I love it. I love
I
it.
think that as someone who worked in social services for years, I see what happens when a child is born and no one wants them. I
Right,
saw what happened when a
right.
child is born and no one's there to protect them.
Right.
And so for me, I'm like, if we're gonna have some DNA mysteries, we also need to make sure we solving what's going
Hello,
on, all right?
Yeah. I love it when you call out the dads that have like 20 kids.
Let
And
me
like
tell
they
you,
all be his kids. Like,
I don't
sir.
understand. How, and I can ask this question to you, because
Do
most
it.
of the dudes, and can we do a little clip show of this?
They said this man has 15 kids, and you got the audacity to question mine?
So I've been a father to all 12 of my kids, no questions.
17 daughters and 10 sons, and I have 12 grandchildren.
12
From
grandchildren.
the age of 29 to 1 year old.
Most of these dudes, every time when they got 20 kids, how do they get y'all to fall?
They got that one on Sean. They got the going on.
But
But
I
he
don't be
definitely
understanding
don't.
how they be getting 20 kids.
Because let me tell you, those men have mastered the one thing that they are great at.
Manipulation.
The what of that back. Yeah.
Manipulation on that back.
Sorry. Yes.
Oh, we just got a ping, which is a fan question. Alexis in Tampa wants to know, I met my ex when I was a freshman in college and he was a few years older. We were engaged and I had our child, but I left when he started to put his hands on me. I don't bother this man when my son is with him. We don't speak on the phone or in person. We just communicate about our son through text. He's always on my case about having a boyfriend, which I don't. He says I leave our son with random people, which I don't. Now he says he wants a DNA test, but refuses to come on your show. How can I find him a girlfriend so he'll leave me alone? All right, listen. First, forget about the boyfriend and the girlfriend. Let's take a moment there.
on, yes.
Because when you start saying, I want a DNA test, what happens for that child is that child then starts to feel like you're rejecting them. So be aware of that, because the child starts to say, well, hold on. You've been around, I thought I was yours, but now
Right.
you're saying that maybe I'm not. That will cause so many different issues of abandonment. It will start to make them feel, they will harm their self-esteem, their self-worth. It causes so many issues to their emotional well-being when you start to say later on. Now, I do believe that if he's saying it, you need to get it done. To prove it, to cut it down, and then once it is proven, you need to start with some clear boundaries immediately.
Yes, come on. Come
Clear
on.
boundaries.
I know you.
Don't
yes,
talk to
come
me.
on.
Don't ask
No,
me about
come
this.
on.
Don't do this.
Yes, period.
And if you can't do this, then just know there's going to be these ramifications.
Yeah, he being too damn nosy. It's not his business, whoever she's dating and seeing, unless that person has taken on some of his old traits of putting hands on somebody. Other than that, the attention does not need to be on who's dating and all of that kind of thing. Take that out of the whole equation. It's a non-factor.
Girl, I don't know why people be
boundaries up with
concerned.
I don't know what's to be up with these guys like that.
Because
Like,
it's part of
what is
control.
that?
It's control.
Manipulation and control.
It's part
exactly.
of control. He
Yeah.
wants to control the situation. He wants to be in control. And unfortunately, it's coming out in this, it's very insecure way.
Yeah.
And like a real man is not going to be concerned about who you got over there unless
Right.
that other man is around your child. And then he wants to know like what type of man this is.
Right.
But like all this other stuff about you got a boyfriend, all this stuff, that's your
Right.
insecurities and you trying to control this woman and you're just mad because you can't control her no more.
Right. And I ain't even trying to, I'm not judging anybody's past because I believe change is possible. You put in the work, you put in the time, you really address yourself. Okay, so maybe he's not physically abusive, but his abusive ways are
Are still
continuing
coming
on.
out.
Because
He's
who you think
continuing.
you're trying to run and
Who you
tell
trying to
that
run?
what
Yeah.
I'm doing over
Get
here?
outta
Mind your
here.
business.
Get out of here.
Sir, your child. Your child.
Your
That's
child.
it.
Sir, your child.
Well, that's it. Always that's the focus.
Thank you. All right, so we're gonna watch another clip where it's a pretty dramatic story where this man is questioning his woman's loyalty and now is also questioning if he's the father of her children.
I really have doubts about these kids.
Yeah.
No.
So what do you mean she says that she's been with such and such?
Well, she'll say, like, we'll be arguing, then she'll say, that's why I've been sleeping with my ex.
Have you said that before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
But it's like I said, I do stuff too, like out of spite to make him mad. You know what I'm saying?
But it's so detailed, like why is it so detailed? The stuff she say is.
Bruh, come on. I done caught
same
you.
thing
You
over
quit
and
acting
over.
innocent. Bruh, what about you?
So you're saying, have you physically cheated?
No, I never physically cheated on her. I love this girl with all my heart, but it's so much trying to be happy with her. It's
Yeah,
hard.
how you think I feel though? How you think I feel? I had these kids. I gotta
know.
do everything. I gotta go to my mom and daddy constantly, and my man not helping me. But I'm still with you. It makes me look stupid.
I'm not the kind of guy that's just finna deny some kids because I don't know the fact if they are mine or not. I know it's a possibility they are mine. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even agree with what he's saying because he already disowned the kid. So what you mean? Make it make sense.
Okay,
You
so
already disowned the kid.
this is your brother,
Yeah.
Timothy?
Yes, sir.
Timothy,
I do more for him than he do. I'm more like the father of my niece and nephew.
Yeah.
is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel that her brother has to do so much?
And this, it is what it is, man. Like, I try my
It
best.
is what
I
it
can
is.
only do so
You
much,
a 30-year-old
man.
man,
what
you
you
somebody
doing,
did
though?
what it
You
is.
can't
When
be
it's
doing
time to
so
step up
much.
and be
What
a
are
man
you
of your
doing?
kids. They
I
look
done
just
been
like you,
beat
right?
myself
They look just like you. You know I got a daughter myself. I take full responsibility of it, you feel me? So come on now, it's time to step up and be a man.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I feel for this brother on this.
Yeah.
Because you play around and tell me that you slept with somebody else and that ain't mine, yeah, I'm gonna have
I'm
doubts.
going with that.
It came out of your mouth.
Going with that.
I don't care if you're talking about it's spites, it's jokes.
Yeah,
like,
no, never that. Yeah.
that should never be the joke. This child being mine biologically should never be a joke.
Yeah.
Once that becomes a joke to you, it's a joke to me. So don't be
Yeah.
asking why I'm not around.
Okay.
There's
yeah.
consequences to our words,
Yeah.
and there's consequences to our actions. Yes, he needs to step up, he needs to do whatever, but I also fully understand why.
Yeah, I
Fully
do
understand
too. I
why.
do too. I won't blame him for not being fully involved. Like, I still feel like, okay, until you know for sure that it's
Of course,
not.
no, of course.
But it is an absolute deal breaker. It almost makes me feel like we should not even be together. If we get into an argument and your toxic trait is that you tell me my kids are not my kids and you've been cheating with somebody else, go ahead and be with them.
Go and be with them.
not
Take
happy.
the kids and go be with them. Because
You're
I'm
not
not
happy.
doing that.
I'm not happy, and we're not gonna do anything
Yeah, that's a
good together
mess.
for our children with that. Yeah,
not doing
you
that.
do that. I just think that is like the cardinal sin of a woman. To, I don't care what state of emotion that you're in, that you will tell a man that he's not the father to some kids he's been parenting and raising with you. Then, girl, you kind of get what you get at
Thank
that
you.
point. Like, yeah, now it's on you.
Amen. All right, so I want to know, how do y'all feel about DNA mysteries, about the DNA truth? Do you need help with the DNA mystery? Because, I'm always here to help you solve that. All you got to do is click that link and be a guest on my show. Also, I want to know how y'all feel about my point of view that people should have to get licensed to have kids. Just tell me your thoughts.
Next time on Co-Parenting Unlocked.
Because her exact words were, she feels embarrassed that he's gay.
In my opinion, that is not for her to feel embarrassed about. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Be embarrassed that he's not a good father. Be embarrassed that he's not present. Be embarrassed that he doesn't hear you.